This is Brandon, and I'm going to show you how to play Richard's Dick. I know that's a very, very suggestive name, but hey, that's the name of it. Sorry this video has taken me a while to get to. I've had a lot going on. So, first we're starting out on a 7 string. This song is played on a 7 string, and I don't know like your skill level or if you play a 6 string or whatever, but it's going to be on a 7. You could play it on a 6 as well, but it just has to be kind of adapted because the 7th string is used on a few parts. But you could still play it on a 6. So I'll show you the chords to the best of my ability. I'm not a great teacher, but I can show you how to play it, and maybe you could watch and then pick up from that. So I'll go slow and try to show it to the best of my ability. I'm kind of teaching myself the song again because it's been years since I've played it, but here goes nothing. So the beginning is going to be... So here we are on the 9th fret, okay? And we're in drop D tuning, right? So our tuning is D, A, D, G, B, E. And I'm just holding this chord, but we're in drop D tuning. So it's regular tuning, but this low string goes from an E to a D and drop D. And then the low string on the 7th string is a B, which is also normal. So everything's normal except for the E string, which is tuned down a whole step to D. So the intro riff goes like this. We're on the 9th fret, and we're going to bar the 9th fret starting at the A string. So if you can see, I wish I had another way to show you, but we're going to bar the 9th fret here like this on the A string, right? And then we're going to do this pattern that is using your ring finger to go up to the 11th fret. So you're going from the 9th to 11th fret on the D string, and you're going to play it like this. So basically this is the chord you want to make. It's just the A string, the D string, and the G string. And you want to just pick between those strings and make that pattern. Right? Then you want to throw the open D string, the low string, in there. So you're putting that bass note over this pattern that you're picking, right? So it sounds something like this. Right? That's kind of the intro guitar part to before the song kind of kicks in. Then once you play this a few times, you're going to want to switch chords right here. So you're going to go, actually not yet. You're going to go, right? Then you're going to want to mute the D string, and then you're going to want to play the open B string, like so. Keep holding the same chord and just do this. Right? This is when the song is building up to get to the drop part, right? So you're gonna go from this to get louder. And then now we're at like where the drop and the drums and everything come in. So this chord, this part's easy for guitar actually because you're holding one chord throughout the whole thing. What makes it sound cool is how the bass will change around the guitar. So the guitar is just holding out one chord the whole time that I'm singing that part. So we're going to go from this chord to this chord. Super easy. So it's just middle finger on the 7th fret of the A string here. It's ring finger on the 7th fret of the D string right underneath it here, and the index finger on the 6th fret. Is that the 6th fret? Wait, I think I told you wrong. Sorry, we're on the 9th fret. I'm sorry, I can't count. So let me start over. I'm sorry, I can't count. I told you I was a bad teacher. Middle finger on the 9th fret of the A string. Ring finger on the 9th fret of the D string. And index finger, pointer finger, on the 8th fret of the G string. And then we're going to strum it down from the A string only. And we're just going to have the open chords. Like, you know, these two strings are going to be open. So we're just going to, like this. That's it. So just... It sounds bare without the bass underneath it. So the bass is actually playing this E, so it sounds like this. You see how that like kind of rounds out the sound? The bass is playing that low E, which kind of like makes that chord sound like it sounds, but all you gotta do on guitar is just this. During the whole verse of the singing. And you're not changing anything right there. That's it. So those are the first two sections. Now we're gonna go to the chorus. The chorus part. So the chorus part is this, as you probably, if you know the song, right? This is a pretty easy part. So all we're gonna do is bar, like play a power chord, right? We're in drop D. We're gonna play something called a power chord. And forgive me if you know all this stuff already. I don't know your playing level, so that's why I'm just, talking like this. But if you already know what a power chord is, great. If you don't, great. This is a power chord. Just barring this in drop D. Oops, sorry. Barring that in drop D. And then we're just gonna add a pinky to it. So it's like a power chord plus a fifth, right? So we're on the 7th fret. We're barring the 7th fret like this, starting at the E string, the low E. And then we're adding our pinky on the 9th fret of the G string. And we're playing only the first 4 strings from the low E. So that easy. And then this, you can hear that extra string in there. It just adds a little bit more power to the chord, hence the name power chord, right? So that's the first chord. Now the second chord is going to be the 4th fret of, or index finger on the 4th fret of the D string, and either pinky or ring finger, whichever you're more comfortable with, on the 6th fret of the G string. And then it's all going to be open, just like this. If you can hear that clearly. That's it. So that's that chord. And then back to... And you're going to do those two times. So the first round you're going to do, then you're going to do it again, and then the chord switches right here. You're going to go to, after you play these two times, you're simply going to take this chord that you already have here, you're going to slide it up to the 10th fret, and instead of your pinky being on the G string, move it towards your face, up 1, Sorry if I just stuck you the finger. I really didn't mean to do that. I'm just holding the pick, so I couldn't do that. So, I'm sorry. So take your take your pinky from the 12th fret of the G string and move it towards you to the 12th fret of the D string. And then you're going to open up your hand like so, because you want to make everything else open underneath. Right? So it's going to sound like this. Don't choke it out like this. Do it like this. See how my hand is exposing those strings under there? Keep these pressed down, but then just tilt your hand up to where those strings ring out underneath that are open. So, to recap this chord, we already had our finger here for the first one. Slide it up to the 10th fret, and then just take your pinky and move it towards U1, and then open the bottom of it. So the change sounds like this. Do it again, right? Now go to the next chord. And then back to this chord. Right? That's the whole thing. So you learned, you saw the intro, right? You saw the build-up. You saw the verse. That's all you're doing. The bass is doing all the chord changes. Now you saw the chorus, right? Let's do it. Do it again. Now remember this change. Right? Do it again. So that's basically the intro, the build-up, both verses and both choruses. And then you can play this part again on the quiet part, like a little breakdown, you know. I think that's how it goes. All you're doing is just doing those two low strings, right? But those are the same chords that we use in the intro. So if you know these, then you know pretty much the rest of the song. So I hope this lesson, oh God, 13 minutes. I hope it didn't drag on too long, but I just wanted to show you every part. And again, sorry it took me a while to get to it. I've been busy doing many things. But I hope this tutorial was helpful. And I hope that you can get some value from it. And I hope that you have fun playing it if you are going to try to play it. And thanks for listening to my band. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.